Hello Generals, welcome to episode 10 of the Namibia series. We are on day 26 and after discovering the submarine of the UK that attacked Saudi Arabia, we are about to sink it. If you have watched the previous episode, you would know by now that we have an agreement with Germany that he will quit his coalition and join our coalition. However, up to this point, he did not move those units he had off the west coast of Africa. So I still keep an eye on him, and I think he was testing or waiting, let's say, for his allies to see if they will succeed to break our defenses so he can invade as well. The problem with that is that my MPAs need to be repaired, so I have them in full strength if he changes his mind and he tries something funny, or if we have another surprise from one of the other players. Italy, I don't think so, because I destroyed all the units of Italy and I cleared all his cities, and slowly I'm capturing those cities. The Saudi radars installed in the Mediterranean pick up two naval radar contacts, which are probably forces or task forces of the Europeans. In the meantime, and as we talked about surprises, I realize that Swedish units are landing in Nigerian cities, and my ally Nigeria still is not very active and he is not experienced. For this reason, I send my bombers and my gunships to take care of the situation. These guys, the Europeans, do not know anything about coordination. I mean, if they've used all these forces in a specific location, in a specific sector, and decided to attack in that sector, they would, of course, break our defenses. They kept on doing random attacks, let's say, what looked like random attacks in different places away from the homeland, let's say, provinces and countries, and they were doomed from the moment they started. This is a clear demonstration of the importance of the coalition leader and coordination between the members of a coalition. If you do not coordinate and you have in the opposite side an organized, let's say, coalition or experienced players, then you cannot succeed. It is a strategy game after all. Another thing worth mentioning again is the stance of Germany in the whole situation. He tried to trick me once again after the UK, because he said he will join our coalition, but he took his time, he didn't move his units, so this suggests to me that he was waiting to see the outcome of the invasions from the UK, as we've seen in the previous episode that he failed in my cities, and now the Swedish invasion in Nigeria. So having that in mind, I tried as fast as I could to destroy the Swedish forces, to pass the message to Germany that he has no luck if he tries to invade us, and he has to comply and keep our agreement that was for him to retreat. Before we move on, please remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and if you leave us a like, it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your support, guys. We talked just before about the forces of the Europeans, and as I was trying to capture Spain, I discovered more Swedish units. You see, they are spread all around and they don't have a clear focus or a clear strategy. Anyway, I kept on capturing Italy and Spain. That was our agreement with Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia would move north against Sweden. As for Nigeria, I asked him to, a few game days ago, to capture what used to be Mali and construct an airfield just outside the city of Dakar, in order for me to use it to expand to South America, because I do not have a navy and I have to construct airfields in order to transport fast my units to South America. Moving on a bit, and as I was attacking the Swedish forces that landed in Nigeria, I noticed that the German forces started moving back. The naval forces started moving back, so that meant that the message was received from Germany's side, and immediately I changed my status against Germany to peace. And of course, as I told him in our original agreement, I would escort his forces back home. What I forgot to mention is that all this time that I was at war with Germany and he did not move his forces, he tried to bring in reinforcements, which I was expecting with my MPAs, and I kept on attacking all this time, so the message was even stronger to him. I have no doubts that he really wanted to invade. The question now for me was what kind of forces he had, because up to now I could only see naval contacts and I would judge from the damage that my MPAs sustained. I expected cruisers, I expected maybe frigates, but I didn't know what kind of land forces he was bringing, so I was very curious to see what he had, to discover what he had. And of course, after a while I discovered what he was bringing. He was bringing 7 cruisers, he was bringing 4 frigates, 10 motorized infantry of the highest level at that time, and 7 mobile SAM launchers. That is a considerable force that if I did not destroy it in the water, I would be surely in trouble. Anyway, you see, with those diplomatic, let's say, efforts I did for so many game days with this guy, Germany, that we avoided a, let's say, a war between us, and of course we speed up the end of the game. This is the power of diplomacy. This is why I love this game, not because of the clashes between units. It's the diplomacy and strategy that I like in this game. Moving on now to day 29, and Germany now is a member of our coalition. Sweden got destroyed almost all his units in Africa, because he wrote to me and he said, I will retreat, and I told him, okay, get out of Africa and I will change my status to you to peace, and he left Africa. Saudi Arabia was doing great, and it was the first ally after many games that helped me that much. He is very active and he was a real help to me, and I thank him for that. So now, with the South Atlantic clear of German forces or hostile forces, let's say, I started looking at the Caribbean, Cuba, to see if he had any considerable forces, and I was trying to make a plan from where to start. And I decided to start from the NPC nations that were just to the north of Brazil and between Brazil and Venezuela, and I try to start from there so I don't start a war with these nations before I have at least one airfield in place so I can move my air assets to support my ground units. So the plan was in place. I sent my UAVs and I sent my bombers to clear those cities, and then I sent my ground forces to capture the territory. In the meantime, with our new ally Germany, we tried to include him in our plans, and since he took over Russia and he had a presence in the Pacific, in the Far East, I proposed for him, and because he had a very strong navy, to take on the islanders, starting from the east, I mean from Japan, and expanding west to the Philippines and Indochina, etc. And he accepted. For me and Nigeria, we would go to South America and Central America. He would help me there. And Saudi Arabia, we mentioned before that he would go for Northern Europe. By now, day 29, I was like 300 VPs above the second player, so I had the largest economy, but this is all we have time for this episode. Please remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now!